Russian, the Ruski say.
I wanted to know if you ever, we met Joesph Bondarenko at the Handlebar Coffee Shop last summer.
Well, first of all, who is he? And it's a little bit funnier story than that.
Okay, Joesph Bondarenko he's a survivor of the gulags under the Soviets. In fact, if you go on Amazon.com and you Google the KGB's most wanted, he was one of the KGB's most wanted people. And
you know what his crime was?
He was a Christian.
No, worse than that.
What?
He was an evangelist.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he talked about his faith.
Right. If you go on Amazon.com and you find the KGB's most wanted by Joesph Bondarenko, this is the caption that they have on the website. The KGB's most wanted is a captivating story of a young pastor named Joesph, who in a twist of fate lived a life mirroring his biblical predecessor. The book exposes the realities and the truths of the Soviet oppression that was hid from the outside world behind the Iron Curtain in the 1960s. Join readers around the world as they follow the story of Joesph Bondarenko, learning of what he faced during arrest, imprisonment, and loss of freedom for almost 10 years in the merciless state of the communist-driven society of the USSR. Inside the walls of the Gulag, Bondarenko faced near starvation, beatings, torture, and evil seen and unseen, all because he boldly proclaimed the gospel and refused to accept the ways of communism and the ways of the hammer and the sickle.
Dun, dun, dun. This is a guy who is, I believe he's called the Billy Graham of Mother Russia.
And we met him here in Santa Barbara. We met him.
Well, the story to it is, I read the book, I loved it, I gave it to you, you loved it, and we're actually talking about it, and we're walking in to get coffee or something.
And we're talking about the book.
Yeah, and there's this big family all taking their pictures together and whatnot. And, we're right in the shot and we joke about it. And I'm talking with some of the people. And he's talking with
I volunteered to take the pictures for them.
Yeah, you volunteered.
I said, you want a picture of everybody? And one of his daughters said, oh, that's very good of you. Yeah. And then you recognized him.
Yeah, I recognized. Well, I'm talking with this one girl.
Yeah.
She's talking about how she kind of knew me from this one party.
Yeah.
And then the gears in my head started turning. I think about what party was it? I remember what party it was and who was there. Big family. It was Russian.
Yeah.
And then, I think she told me her name. And it's like this light bulb went ding. What? That's the guy. That's the book. It's the book. It's him. It's the guy.
Yeah. Stay in your chair now. Stay in your chair.
Yeah. and Joesph, poor Mr. Bondarenko, he doesn't speak much English.
No, he doesn't.
So, we kind of just blubbered out the fact that we're big fans. We read his book. He's our hero. And it was just like, oh, let's take more pictures of us.
Right.
It was total random happenstance. We just so happened to run him and his whole family.
Yeah. After I had finished, the reason we were there was because we were discussing the book. You had given me the book. And so we're highly recommending that if you really want to know what Christian suffering is all about, and if you really want to know about a man who stood up and defeated the communists, you read
also,
the case.
I want to point out, this is very important, and he makes a big point of this, is that he takes a political stance against communism.
Yeah.
And what he does now, the reason why he's in Santa Barbara is he spends his time trying to alert people to the dangers of communism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not a particularly religious person, this is still a book for you because he talks about the danger of expressing faith under communism.
Yeah, and if any of you out there are touring with socialism, just remember one thing. Socialism is communism light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And its ultimate goal is to reach communism.
The only difference between a communist and a socialist is the socialist doesn't have the guns to kill you if you don't agree with them yet. Communists do have the guns to kill you or imprison you. That's the only difference.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you with this, our story of Joesph Bondarenko, the the USSR's version of Billy Graham. Cheers,
Yes.
everyone.
Cheers. Bye bye, Alex.